Works. Shows green. Shows green. All right, I think we're working. Hey guys, back from vacation. Day one ladder. All right, so we're gonna be kind of quick today with this stream. Um, I know three of you guys are in here already, so you guys are gonna get lucky and get the quick stuff. Uh, we have well, somebody left. We got one in, one out. All right, so we are going to look at building up a ladder today over on DraftKings. I will be putting it on DraftKings. Pull up my DraftKings, NBA. All right, day one to the moon. I like that, Jesse. Jacob was in here. Mob Tana was in here. All right, actually, let me make sure April's in there. My love, my love. I'm going to go ahead and share this again just so everybody knows that we're live because we got a lot of people that are not here. All right, let me copy this real quick. Lines might change. So yes, I will be posting the ladder after we're done. But of course the lines might change by then because we're getting early lines. I'm also going to go over um, three system plays I've got for tonight that we were using for, hey, guess up. I see you, brother. Um, the system plays that we've been using for the whales the last couple weeks. We have three games tonight that do fall under the system. I'm going to actually go through those systems and tell you how I find and go about getting these three plays that we're going to have tonight. But before we do that, for right now, I want to get up on this, get my player prop research tool up so I can get these player props going. We were going to look at, I want to look at guys, reset. All right. So what I'm doing is I set all of my parameters when I'm doing my player prop searching for defensive and offensive stats in the top 30%. So guys who are going against offenses and defenses that fall under the category that I'm looking for. Here, hold on, let me do this real quick. Okay, 75 to 80%. So the one that popped up immediately was Lugent's Dort over 3.5 rebounds and assists. So if we go over here and we look at Dort, OKC playing Chicago, head to head this season. His last time playing them, he had 7 rebounds and assists. He played 27 minutes. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, only 4 points. He is hitting this the last 10 games at a 70% clip. He had 3 games in a row. He hit it for 6 straight games, going over 4 rebounds and assists. He got 5 in the last game, of course, against Boston 2 days ago. So that is going to be our first player. So we are going to go back over. I'm sorry, guys. I got like so many screens open here. Let's put this back up here. Okay. We got 7 people in here. I really hope. Yeah, he does start to, what is a system play? Is this found by AI model? No, it is not. It is not an AI model. This is basically, I am using systems based on lack of information. If you have no information about players, this does not matter who's playing who. It doesn't matter what players are playing in the game. It doesn't matter the spread. We don't look at any of that. I am only looking at a system where if you have teams that have a certain record and the ATS record falls in the parameters that I'm looking at when they are playing each other, and that's the team you take. And these hit long term in the 65 to 75% range. So that's why we do those. And that's why they're just called system plays. So let's get to Dort. Let's get this in real quick here. Combos, rebounds and assists, rebounds and assists, over under. Is he even on here? Rebounds, assists. No Dort. So since there's no Dort there, let's check this. Was he even on? Was he on the injury status? Hey, JB Moore, nice to see you, brother. JB Moore is one of my big Pickett guys, man. He is always tailing my stuff on Pickett, and I'm just going to look at this player info here. Let me see. OKC. Thomas Sorber is out. Nobody else is out. Okay, DraftKings, you're being crazy. So, since they're being crazy, we're going to do it this way. Let's take a look at the Pick'em. We're going to go to underdog. I'm going to see if they've got Dort on the underdog. It does not show. Let's see here. Expected minutes tonight. Yeah, he's still hitting at 80% last 5 with the expected minutes tonight for rebounds and assists. Shows him on MGM. 9 out of 34 books have him. DraftKings does not. Okay. Well, we're going to get on here. Let me see real quick here. OKC. We want rebounds and assists. And yeah, they are not putting him up there because they know that's going to hit. So we get off of that. We go back. All right. So Dort is a no-go for us tonight. All right. Jaime Jaquez, 3.5 assists. That's the next guy I'm looking at. He popped right up. Last 5, he's hitting 100%. Last 10, 100%. Head-to-head this season is 100% in 3 games. He has cleared this line over 3.5 assists. I know he was on the injury report today, but right now they are showing that he has been upgraded to probable. He was questionable. Now he's probable, which means he's more than likely 80% or better he is going to play. So let's get on that. DraftKings, Miami Heat. Miami Heat is one of our system plays tonight, by the way, guys. Taking the Heat plus 5.5. I got them 5.5 last night. I think the current line is at 4.5. The Cavs against the spread this season have only covered 29 out of 73 games against the spread, whether that be as a favorite or an underdog, doesn't matter. Cavs have only covered 29 out of 73 games. That is less than 40% hit rate. The Heat have covered 43 out of 73 games, which means they are covering at a 63% hit rate. So when you have 2 teams playing each other, one team is hitting 60% against the spread, the other is at below 40 against the spread. What do? It doesn't matter if we lay the points or we take the points. We take the team that has the better against the spread record. That is the Heat. So that is who we're taking, the Miami Heat. And I think the line did move to adjust to that because I know they opened at 5.5 and now they are at 4.5. If I look at actually, they went back to 5.5 on DraftKings at minus 105. So we're getting really good price there, really good odds to cover the 5.5. And they do not have anybody injury wise. They are pretty much full health tonight. So let's see. We are going assist, right? Got me off track here. All right, off assist. 4+ assists, minus 134. All right, that's our first leg. Okay, now we go back. I have a straight already on Hack has by 4.5. Yep. That's good, JB Moore. You're right on it. Uh, Thank you, Spooty. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It was a so we traveled the past week. We only drove. We basically drove, and it was a total of about, I'd say we drove about 2,500 miles in 7 days. We went to Sacramento, we went to San Diego, we went over to Arizona, back to San Diego. San Diego's my old hometown, so we kind of went there. That's where me and my wife got married, so we spent a few days there. Got to go back and see a lot of the sites, a lot of the things. So yeah, Gas and Spooty are both in here. We're going to be firing it up today. Okay, so let's get back on this. Next guy I'm looking at right here, Peyton Watson over 12 and a half points. So we got Peyton Watson right now versus Utah for Denver. So it's kind of funny that I keep hitting these games that are actually our system games as well. So those system games, you do not have to tail me tonight on those system games, but the three games I did put them together in a three-leg parlay, round robin, by twos for a quarter unit, or I mean a half a unit per leg, and I straight bet each one for 2 units. Utah is the other system play tonight, plus the 18 and a half points with Denver. And I know what you're saying. You're probably like, are you crazy? What do you mean? You cannot take Utah. Okay, why is Utah and Denver not even really DraftKings? You took the game off. Oh, no, you didn't. Never mind. Looking right at it. 19 and a half now. So the line is moving for Denver. The books are moving it. But this is what we're looking at. They have both teams have played. Denver has played 74 games this season. Utah has played 73 games this season. Utah, if you want to look at their, okay, hold on, I gotta pull this up because I got so many windows open. I gotta make sure I tell you guys the right information. Utah's record. Okay, let's see here. We got NBA. Okay, so Denver's record, right, is 46 and 28, right? They won 46 games and they've lost 28 games. Okay. Denver, out of those 74 games, has covered 40 games, right? So they've won 46 games, but they've covered 40. So they've covered less games than they've won straight up, right? Utah, on the other hand, has only won 21 games this season, correct? 21, but they've covered 38 games. Okay, so they've won 21 straight up, but they've covered 38. So they're covering 17 more games than they're winning. Denver is covering 6 games less than they're winning. So you take the team with the better ATS record based on the difference in their straight up wins to their against the spread wins, which is Utah. So you take Utah, that's the system. Utah plus the 18 and a half. Real quick, I'm just going to throw out the third one for those that are here. So you're going to get lucky. Celtics have covered in 41 of 72 games this season. The Hawks are the hottest team in basketball right now in the past 15 games or 17 games, but they've covered 40 of 73. Okay. So who has the better percentage of covering against the spread? Boston does. They've covered 41 of 72, and the Hawks have covered 40 of 73. So it's about a 4% difference. And you have Boston at home coming off a big win. Yes, they are sitting players. We don't look at players. We don't care that Brown is sitting tonight. Other players on Boston, every time they sit a guy, what happens? The rest of the team comes in, picks him up, plays better. So we're taking Boston, laying the 4.5 tonight. So those are the three systems: Boston, Heat, Utah. We can round robin, we can straight bet. As long as we hit 2 out of 3 of these, we profit. If we hit them all, we make good profit. Now, back to our pick here. Peyton Watson. This is our guy. We're taking him for points. Let's get on this. I got to move because I got a lot of stuff to do today. 12 points. He is minus 147, 12 plus. I'm just taking him at the 12 plus because this is a ladder builder. We don't care. We don't need to get the extra odds because we're going to make a 3-leg here on the ladder. So that's our second play. Peyton Watson, 12 plus. First play was Jaime Jaquez, 4 plus assists. Our parlay now is at almost plus 200. We're going to get one more guy. One more guy. Sorry if I'm going really fast, man. $24.98 of the miles. Actually, I drove the whole 2,500. Yeah, Jay. But yeah, I did. We went through LA twice. We actually did not even try to go around LA. We drove right through LA, traffic and all. I didn't care. Traffic really wasn't that bad because we were driving middle of the day, so it wasn't too bad. And tried to drive at night. All right, so now we're looking for our next guy, our last guy, right? Let's get it right here. Bam. It just jumped out at me. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, it did. Hold on. We got to look at this. This one kind of scares me a little bit, but as long as he gets the minutes, I think we're going to be okay. And he's been averaging 30. What has he been averaging right now? Expected minutes. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. So our last play, we're going to Chicago and OKC. Let's hope that they have our guy we need here. Rebounds and assists. Josh Giddey. 15 plus. Minus 300. We don't care about the odds because that jumps our parlay now to a plus 290. Plus 290. Yeah, almost a plus 300. So we're getting almost 3-1 on our ladder. And I'm starting the ladder today with 2 units because we have not done a ladder in a while. So 2 units on this ladder will get us back 8. And then from there, we can get the ladder really moving. And within less than 10 days, we're going to take this 2 units and turn it into 1,000 units. That is the plan. All right, let me post it. It's now in the DK group for anybody that is in there that wants to go ahead and copy it. I will also get this posted out onto the platforms. Gas Up played this one as well. Man, you guys are ahead of me. See, this is the thing. You guys have gotten so good at this by me showing you what I do, and kind of you guys have been tailing me for so long. You already know what's going on. Sorry, my throat is getting dry. All because of me. I appreciate you, Gas Up, man. You're a real one. You're one of the real ones out there. All right. So we have. Let me just pull it back up here. So system plays Utah plus 19.5 now. So I'm going to change that because I'm taking that 19.5. People get so funny too because on Pickett they they did the same thing on Pickett. Like they laugh at me about the whales. I had one guy ask me, "What is a whale?" I said, "If you have to ask that question, then you haven't been around us or betting very long because everybody has whales and they all do them." So, all right. So that's our ladder, guys. The 3 system plays, like I said, Celtics, Heat, and Utah. I laid that. I will tell you right now. I'm going to get that pulled up for you. And I'm going to tell you what I got for those. I may have to run it back now with the 19.5 because I got it early at 18.5, and I might go ahead and run it back again. So I did the round robin on that. The parlay was plus 590 odds. Boston 4.5. I got Miami at 4.5, and I got Utah at 18.5. Right now, you can get Miami at 5.5 and Utah at 19.5. So you can actually do even better than what I got. So 2 units on each one straight. The 3-leg plus 590 in the round robin. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. We also have a. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and feed you guys in on this too for baseball tonight. Now these are. I'm going to do you guys a little free long shot baseball 3-leg tonight. Don't have to tail it. You don't have to tail it. I'm using an MLB system where we take uh, anything that's a 50 cent or better play. So anybody that's like plus 150 or better, if you were to take and bet every, so say you took the whole season and you took every underdog that was plus 150 or better in a game. I know most games are like 120, 130, 140. We're only looking for dogs that are plus 150 or higher. If you were to take every single one of those for a full season and bet them straight at plus 150 for the last 2 years running on the system, you would be making a profit by betting every underdog that's only plus 150 or better. So, like even plus 180, plus 200, plus 300, plus 250, super long shots. When you bet these guys, you can take two or three. There's only three of them today. So there's 8 games, but only 3 games fall into the category of being a plus 150 or better. The first is Colorado, plus 170, the Athletics at plus 150, and the Diamondbacks are plus 195. So you could take those three, bet the mean straight for 1 unit. So you're going to make basically you're making 1.5 units on every unit you bet. You could do it for a half unit. You can do it for 3/4 unit. You can do it for a full unit. You could do a half unit on a parlay, a quarter unit on a parlay. The parlay for those three is plus 2281. Um, but doing those straight, if you do those for a whole season, it's a lot of bets. But if you do that for a whole season, even if you only hit 20, you only have to hit 24% to make a profit because they're all plus big plus money. So you only have to hit two to three out of every 10 that go in. You could have seven losers and 3 winners every 10 long shots you bet, and you will make profit. So Spooty likes it. Of course, Spooty likes it. Spooty loves those. Spooty loves those kind of things, man. He loves that plus money. But that is the kind of things that you have to look at for a long season, where you can just sprinkle. You can just sprinkle those long shots all through the season and hit 25% winners. You don't have to hit 70% win, 80% win going after favorites, because the favorites you have to hit 70 or better, 70% or better just to break even, because you're laying too much juice. You don't lay minus 180, minus 190, minus 200 in baseball. And you gotta lay more to win less, of course. So for us, we want to lay less and win more. That's the object. So yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate I got the couple likes here, man. Appreciate if you guys hit that like button, man. If you've been in here, if you like what you're seeing. Um, now that I'm back from vacation, I'm gonna try to do more live stuff. Um, we are going out of town this weekend, but I will still be doing posts and still be doing plays. We're just going over just a couple hours over here in Oregon just to see my son-in-law, my wife's son, and his girlfriend, and visit with them for a couple of days. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. I will get this stuff posted and get it up on the platforms and in the Discord. Uh, oh, the whale. We almost forgot. Those that bailed out forgot about the whale. So hold on. We're gonna get a whale for tonight. So we're gonna go back to our. So yeah, we had the three systems, right, guys? I've been placing only plus money bets to burn through the bonus bets. Yeah, Jay, that's smart. Yeah, if you have bonus bets, that's the best thing to do is to take the plus take those plus odds. Um, so the whale tonight is one of the system plays, um, and it's going to be the Celtics. We're going to take the Celtics for the whale, 5%, 5 units, straight bet. Boston Celtics minus 4.5 at home against the hot, hot, flaming hot Atlanta Hawks. But they're about to get cooled off tonight by the Celtics. right here. Celtics minus a 4.5. I will get that posted as well. That's going out free to everybody. So if you missed it, not a big deal. If you're here now, you can grab it right now because once everyone starts slamming the whale, I bet you anything that line's going to go to 5 or 5.5. It's going to move. The game doesn't start for another 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, so it's going to move. So you'll definitely want to do that. I appreciate you guys being in here. Sorry this was like a really short live, but I just wanted to get something out, let you guys know I was back. Appreciate you guys all sticking with me. Um, anybody free that has not signed up for a full year, you can still get the full year deal. I still have a few of them remaining. They're almost sold out on both platforms. I believe there's only like 10 left. So if you do want to get in that full year for $100, that's 27 cents a day for VIP. It's probably never going to get that low again. If I run another special, it's probably going to be a little more than that. So if you want to get it for the cheapest price, do it now, man, before it goes, because once it's gone, it's gone. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for supporting and being in the bank, and let's make some money tonight. All right. All right, Jay. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you over on Picket too. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. We'll get y'all on the next time.